Yo, what's up, guys? I know it's been a super long time since I've said that. I know you guys probably have a bunch of questions. My first video back was supposed to be me, like, explaining, you know, where I've been, what's going on, like, what's gonna be going on with my channels. But you guys know how life works. Sometimes, you know, it gives you curveballs. Next thing you know, Madden 18 ratings are out. So you already know I had to make a video reacting to it. I always told myself I want to become a reacting channel, but here we are. We got ratings from, like, 40 players, and I'll be honest, I really haven't seen any of the ratings yet, so this is kind of like new for me. So the first thing you're gonna see is a bunch of ads. We got an Amazon ad, we got a B-Dubs ad, and you know what? I think I'm just gonna blur those out because if they ain't sponsoring me, no free promo. Anyways, let's quickly look at some of the top players. We got 3 legends. We got Chris Carter, Warren Moon, Anthony Munoz. And then as we take a look at the core elite players, aka base elites like they were called in previous years, we got, look at that, Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski. What a time to be alive, am I right? Khalil Mack, Von Miller, Eric Weddle. So those are the only 90 overall players, at least the ones we've seen so far. I would assume Julio Jones is gonna be a 90. Like I said, the rest of those come out on Monday. We got Odell, we got another Chris Carter. I'm not sure what that's about. We got Zeke. Marshall Faulk, there's another legend, but instead of just going by ratings, I'm actually going to go ahead, I'm going to filter this by position, so we'll look at each position and like the players they've released so far. Now, I'm not going to go too in-depth on the stats because then this would turn into like a 3-hour video, and even though I'd probably get a lot of ad money off of that, I'm not trying to make this too long for both our sakes. So we're going to check out Warren Moon, and the first thing I noticed, that card art is sick. That's actually amazing. It looks like it's like a purple, and then he's got like clouds behind him. Yeah, that definitely looks like clouds behind Warren Moon. Now I'm concerned, Warren Moon's not dead, is he? That being said, 73 speed for a day 1 quarterback actually seems all right. Players, like their speed on day 1 is like, limit your expectations. Like you guys are gonna see, they are going to be low. And then taking a look at his throwing stats, like I said, I'm not gonna go over everything, but you know, card looks good. He's like probably gonna be the best quarterback you can get on day 1. Now the next quarterback is the cover boy, Tom Brady. I'll be honest, 10 overall is too low in my opinion. And then looking at his passing stats, his throw power, it kind of seems like lower compared to other years. He actually has the same throw in the run as Warren Moon. I'm kind of surprised by that. Play action 91, you know, his stats look good, pretty much what we'd expect out of Brady. Now I will say EA usually gives Brady like a pretty good deep ball, and seeing his throw deep being 87, that tells me like that's probably gonna be one of the higher throw deeps when the game comes out, which means when like new cards come out through the year, like let's say Brady gets a team of the week, like there's definitely going to be like the cards can actually improve is what I'm trying to say. And that's supposed to be like something they're adding this year. One thing I absolutely dreaded last year was it seemed like every card felt the same, or like they would come out with new cards and like it would pretty much be like +1 to certain stats. Like it felt like David Johnson literally had like 10 cards and they all felt the same. Like I'm not even kidding. Like I absolutely hated that. And EA, and they actually dropped a blog and they said like, yeah, like that's not gonna happen. Like if we come out with a 91 overall Tom Brady, for example, you'll be able to see the difference. Like you'll want to upgrade the card. Now moving on to the running backs, we got 4 halfbacks to look at. We got Zeke, who's an 89 overall. We got Marshall Faulk, who's an 89 overall, and also David Johnson, 89 overall. And then we got LeGarrette Blount, who's an 85, but Blount and Mutt, he's always really good. 81 speed, 90 trucking, probably really high strength. Now I'm curious what Le'Veon Bell is gonna get. Some people think he's gonna be the highest rated running back. I honestly think he's going to get an 88. That's just my opinion. So we got Zeke, who is the same overall as Marshall Faulk, who's a legend. That's kind of surprising to me. I think my boys at EA are tripping, but we got Zeke, 87 speed, 76 truck, looks pretty good. Faulk, 87 speed, 77 truck. And then we got David Johnson, who is 87 speed with 79 truck. Moving on to wide receivers, we got Chris Carter, legend, 91 overall. Apparently this card is going to be like OP on day 1. The stats definitely look good. We got Odell Beckham Jr. and 91 spec catch day 1, definitely pretty good, 88 speed. We got another Chris Carter. I'll be honest, I'm not sure like why there's multiple Chris Carters. Maybe you guys know, I don't know yet. Like I said, this is kind of like all new to me. I'm just seeing this for the first time. Then we got Larry Fitzgerald. Obviously Fitz, he's a beast, but 80 speed. If Larry Fitzgerald has 80 speed, I wonder what my speed would be. It'd probably be like a 27, maybe even a 26. Then we got Terrell Pryor, 84 overall. Oh, that's another thing. These core elite cards range from 80 to 89. I want to say last year base elites were like 85 to 89, so they kind of like broadened the overall range on that. But Terrell Pryor, he's an elite, 85 speed, 6'4", 85 spec catch. That's crazy. I want to say Pryor last year, like when the game first dropped, like Madden 17 day one, he was like in the 60s. And then we got a third Chris Carter card, not sure why. Tyreek Hill, 90 speed. So 90 speed, 91 speed, it looks like that's probably gonna be the max we're gonna see for day one. Looking at tight ends, we only got one, but it's my boy Rob Gronkowski, and he's got 77 speed. Now, obviously we know this card's gonna be good, but that kind of shows you guys like what direction Madden 18 is heading. Now, there isn't a ton of O-linemen, so we're actually just gonna look at all of them at once. We got 91 overall, Anthony Munoz, left tackle. Let's see what he's got. He's got 89 run block, 91 pass block, 87 impact block. So that's not bad, especially for day one. Now, he's probably like the best O-lineman you can get, but you know, those stats are pretty good. Jack Conklin looking good, 80 strength, kind of slow, but 87 run block, 88 pass block, 87 impact. Again, that's pretty good. Lane Johnson, now Lane Johnson, he's obviously extremely athletic, but his like, look at his stats are good too. Like these O-linemen actually seem decent. And apparently, like, O-linemen are actually, like, supposed to do their job this year. I guess we'll see. This list of players is extremely intriguing to me. This is the D-line. We definitely got some playmakers here. We got Khalil Mack and Clowney, so they're not considered linebackers to start off the year. They are considered defensive ends. Khalil Mack being one of those 90 overall players, 82 speed, so he doesn't have like blazing speed to start off the year, but 73 speed, so he's kind of like, you know, a 3-4 defensive end, run stuffer. We got Cameron Jordan. He's like that elite you pull like 6 times in a row to start the year and you just hate your life. Though 89 overall is actually pretty good. We got Clowney, 88 overall. I'm surprised Clowney isn't higher because EA usually like loves this man. We got Vernon, 75 speed, okay, and then Jarrell Casey, obviously a really good 3-4, 65 speed, extremely slow, but again, dude's gonna stuff the run. Time for the linebackers. We got Von Miller, who is like one of the 590 overall players, 81 speed, 91 pursuit, 91 block shed, so obviously gonna be one of the best cards in the game day one. Sean Lee, 89 overall, 78 speed, not amazing, but I mean, Sean Lee can do everything. His pursuit, 91. Again, it's gonna make him seem faster. We got Dante Hightower, 87 overall. I wanna say that's what he was to start last year, so pretty similar. Also, Dante Hightower does follow your boy on Twitter. No big deal, just saying. We got Jamie Collins, 85 overall, you know, he's kind of like a hybrid. He can rush the passer, stuff the run, he can play in coverage. And last but not least, we got, you know, one of the favorites in MUT, that's Anthony Barr. Now he's only an 81, which I want to say he was 81 last year to start off the year, but he's 6'5", 82 speed. He's gonna get you crazy animation. So like seeing Anthony Barr like being 81 overall, but who would you rather have, 85 Collins or 81 Anthony Barr? And to end things off, we got the secondary. You know, when it comes to MUT, your boy loves his corners, he loves his safeties. Now I did see some reactions on Twitter. There was a lot of people surprised that Eric Weddle got a 90. But the thing everyone was talking about is Eric Weddle. He's a 90 overall, but he's only got 81 speed. And considering like he's the strong safety, he's kind of like your last line of defense. You kind of want someone with a bit more speed. But the thing with Weddle is he's going to have like crazy play rec. It's 91. He's got good zone coverage. That also 91, 90 pursuit, 86 hit power. His catching is probably like the best out of all the safeties in the game day one. So seeing that 81 speed, that really doesn't scare me away. Plus we saw players like Gronk, who has 77 speed, so he's obviously faster than players like that. And then we're gonna start getting the cornerbacks. We got DRC, 89 overall, 87 speed, 91 man coverage. Now I don't see Chris Harris Jr. or Aqib Talib on this list, and they're obviously probably gonna be, they might be 90 overall. So I don't know about Talib, but Chris Harris Jr. probably. Again, reminds me of last year's card, 87 speed, 91 man, 86 zone, 84 catching, that's pretty good. And then we got Richard Sherman, also 84 catching. Now Sherman doesn't have blazing speed, it's only 83, but it's Richard Sherman. You obviously want him on your team. And then we got his teammate Cam Chancellor. Now one thing I noticed about this Chancellor is like the background, like this card looks different. I'm not sure why, it still says Core Elite, but why it looks different than the other elites, I'm not exactly sure. But looking at Chancellor's stats, 82 speed, nothing crazy. Only one better than Eric Weddle, but he's got that 91 hit power. We got HaHa Clinton-Dix, and looking at this card, this actually surprises me. He's also got 81 speed, so safeties in this game don't have blazing speed. Now, we gotta remember, we saw guys like Odell, and we saw like Tyreek Hill. Like Odell had like 87 to 88 speed. Chris Carter had 88 speed. Tyreek Hill had 90 speed. And then rounding out the bottom 3, we got Cyprin. I feel like I said that wrong. I shouldn't say this wrong because this guy is like actually good. He was actually like a stud last year for the Jaguars. We got Terrence Newman. There's a look at his stats. 89 play rec. That's obviously, you know, he's a veteran. And then we got Jimmy Smith, 83 speed. He's obviously taller, 6'2". And that pretty much wraps it up. That is literally every player they released. Like I said, there's going to be more on Monday. I'm not sure if you guys want me to react to those. I probably will react to some. I feel like this video is already like way longer than I wanted to be. So if you guys want, down below in the comments, let me know, your thoughts, your opinions on the ratings. Of course, drop a like if you guys enjoyed the video. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace out.